Hey everyone. Hello, hello. Let me see if we are live. I'm waiting to make sure that I'm streaming. Okay, we're on. Yay. Closing that stream. And I have to say, I'm so excited. I don't even care if no one else shows up. I'm fine with that because I am so used to, um, just talking to myself when I do these. So, welcome. I've been wanting to do, yeah, this just kind of, I've done lives before. I've done lives just more on Instagram and things. So, I'm kind of used to just talking and being on the spot and everything. But thought this would be a great way to celebrate. So this was to celebrate hitting 500 subscribers, which is, I know, low for a lot of other um like channels, but um for me, that it's like I don't celebrate things very often. And also, sometimes celebrating makes me feel a little uncomfortable in terms of, like, there's focus on you. My son is the same way. He doesn't like happy birthday being sung to him, that kind of thing. And so I just want to kind of, like, just pause and just be in the moment and just go, "Okay, this is kinda special because I'm trying to build towards something." Even if it's not a huge channel, I don't care. I don't care, it's okay. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So and that's the number one thing. So, we are planning from December 4th to the 10th. I don't really want this to last more than an hour because I wanna catch someone else's live at 2:30, 2:30 my time. So I just want this to run from like 1 to 2. I did do my actions and things in the back, but really quick, we will get back to this. I do want to spend a moment to clean my markers. And I know I'm like, why am I doing this now? Because I just cleaned my whole desk. And this won't take more than just a little bit here. But I just wanted to kind of do this for myself to kind of like next time I sit down to work on some things, I'll have them mostly clean. The barrels here, sometimes just stain, but yeah, and I try to get kind of the inside as well. I don't know if I have enough wet wipes actually, now that I'm seeing how much is here. So yeah, this is a little boring to start off, but just kind of wanted to talk about my week um, because it was a bit hard. Um, and I kind of have my pin here for that reason. I well, I had my infusion on Monday. That was expected. Um, and went really well, actually. Sometimes I'm just flat out tired after that, but I actually went like grocery shopping and stuff. So it was kind of nice I'm trying to hit up the really dirty ones first here. I know, like, where's the planning? Where's the planning? I'm coming back to it, I swear. And then let's see. And then I had my mammogram this week, and then I had what else? And then I actually saw my GI doctor, and that went absolutely horrible. So, in terms of he's not listening to my needs. And I have tried to talk to him in the past about this, and it's hard. It's because I don't think he really understands other dealing with multiple like health problems at once. He's like just so narrowed in on, GI stuff. And he's a young guy too. Like it's not like he's 60, 70 years old and just going, oh, well, this is how the way it is. No, it's just like, I think he feels like he's getting disrespected, and I'm like, "You're not listening to me." So, if you're just tuning in, I'm just cleaning these real quick, and we're gonna plan in a moment. This is kinda part of my celebration is kinda cleaning and having new, like, a nice clean area to work with. So, let's see. Oh, I'm halfway through these markers, so it just won't be too long here. Um, yeah, and I'm just sitting here complaining about my GI experience. So, what was the most interesting that after um I left his notes, I had delayed some medication, and it was because of the hysterectomy I got over the summer and like dealing with all of that, and I am so proud that I didn't start that new med. And he wrote in the notes, finally started the meds. And I'm like, this is after I left. And I'm like, you know what? That's not professional. Finally is not um, a medical term. It's just not. So I I'm not surprised because that's how he felt about it. I could tell he felt like, you're supposed to be doing these things, regardless of anything else going on in your life. And now I have it on paper, and now I can make a formal complaint. So it kind of thrilled me to see like the transparency of how he felt was actually written. I just have one more here and then we'll start planning. Um, yeah, just like, I'm like, yeah, I knew you exactly felt that way. And that's biased. And you never worked with me on like all these other things I was going through. And so, yeah. So I'm building a formal complaint. I'm already, I think I've mentioned, already, you know, on the way out the door, practically. Actually, I'll do this brown one too. The brown one isn't part of my regular one, but it's messy and it's here. So we're going to just take care of it. Is that, I can go and see someone else. But I've had this kind of just people ignore, your needs before. I've had it happen a ton. And here we go. So last one here and we'll clean up. And it's just disappointing. It's just disappointing, but we deal with it. So anyway, my markers are all clean. Let's actually go through. So this is why this is here. The reason why I have ginkgo leaves is because with chronic illness, I mean, it doesn't represent anything in the chronic illness world that I know of. I just have this for myself, is that you weather so many storms. It's really like you need to bend. You need to be flexible with so many things, and you go through so many hard things. Yeah. So that's just where I am. And I hope everyone can hear me. I tested everything. So it looks like everything's working, because this is the first time I've actually, let's see. Yeah, it looks like everything's just fine. So if you can't hear me, I will just expect someone to pop up and say, you're muted, but I didn't turn on mute. So all my markers are nice and clean. That just feels really good. We are going to, I'll probably get them a little dirty as we go. But we are going to use some sterling ink. I think she had these. Well, let's see. She doesn't have the year on here. So I think it was 2020, 2019. Excuse me. I think it was before the pandemic. I'm not sure. but it was kind of around in there, 19 or 20. And this is just a spare in case we need it. And the candle's making some noises. But anyway, that's why the ginkgos are there. Just to remind myself, like, hey, we can get through this. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Whitney. Oh, you're not late, actually. I wanted to clean my markers while people kind of filtered in anyway. So, hi. Hi. I'm trying to allow myself to celebrate this moment of, I think 500. It used to be like 1,000 was a big deal, and I'm sure 1,000 will be a big deal as well. I'm a tiny little channel. I'm doing this because I love it. I've always loved stationery products. I've always loved to plan, to the point where sometimes my plans fail a bit because I'm so dependent on the ideal version happening and then learning like, hey, you know, just because it's on paper doesn't mean it's going to happen, especially with chronic illness. So that's why I do it. That's why I do it. I just realized this book fair here is probably going to cause a problem. So I'm going to erase that here. I also mentioned, you don't have to, is that my former work was in web design and stuff. And if you really have any questions in that area, I am open to them, because sometimes just having, like, if you have a website and it's having a problem, I don't know if I can answer that very well, because sometimes it takes a diagnosis of like what's exactly going on. But if you have any, like, I was just going to offer, like, if you have any questions about that, I did it for about 05 on. So 25 would be 20 years. Well, 05 was my, like, starting my own business. So, it's like and also some of my answers may be dated. That's the other part. Is like, I don't answer a whole lot of questions, because some of the websites I worked on are like hand coded, and you don't have all these beautiful builders out there, like website builders and things. And so, but if you want to know how domains work and that kind of stuff, I can answer some of that if anyone's interested. I was just going to throw that out there, just because I know a lot of the people who watch can be small business owners, and it can be hard to just get some direction. But I would not take my advice as legal advice in any way. So there is that caveat. And just because you own a domain name doesn't mean you own the business name. That's that's the biggest part. It's nice to own that domain name. And it may be that someone else who is using that same name might pay you quite well for that domain name. But let's try to be nice and not like snipe other people's like domain names. Yeah. And I suspect almost everyone who's on this channel wouldn't go and do that. So yeah. I love this already. I'm loving this like winter green kind of color. And also, if you guys have any questions, I can put them up on the screen, so that everyone can see them. I am using StreamYard, as you can tell from the logo in the top right. I got a version that I have to have the logo up there. So, because I'm not going to upgrade until these are like really awesome. Yeah, so this is my first one, at least on YouTube. As I mentioned, I've done them elsewhere. There's things here, but I'm not sure how busy it's going to be. So let's look at like last week. This last week, here we are in the live. I had my infusion, and then I went to Walgreens and Trader Joe's, and what was the SB part? Oh, Starbucks. Sorry. I know some people are boycotting Starbucks, but I really don't have it very often. That's my one treat after an infusion. And for the most part, though, I'm not buying anything else from them. I do it once every 8 weeks, and, um, I don't know. That's just because I also have SB for, Smith Brothers, which is our milk delivery. But I was really amazed. I tried a morning infusion. I wasn't sure, like, how it would go, and it went just fine. And I had, like, enough energy to I was the only person going to Walgreens to pick up some prints that we're gonna put in our, holiday cards. It was just nice to, like, get in and out of there. Trader Joe's was bananas, and as it should be around this time of year, but we scored our Christmas ham, um, and yeah, and so it's just running around and getting some things done. Then I realized I thought I had, like, stamps and cards left over, but I did not. Usually what I do is, you know, have a bunch of leftovers and try to, like, buy cards every 2 years, and I thought I had more. Well, that was 2 years ago, so now I need to go get some stamps, and some extra cards so I can actually send out those prints. I was like, "Oh, I got the prints. I can go ahead and jump on and, like, do this early," and no, no. So that brought me down to earth, and that's fine. Then I had so it hit me more on Tuesday. I had a Tylenol nap. Just took a Tylenol, took a nap, took a shower, felt so much better. I think then by, this morning, Wednesday morning, my mammogram went, like, I got there extra early, and I left at the time that my appointment was. It was nice to, like, just zip in and out of there. Had the same lady who's absolutely wonderful. She looks you in the eyes all the time because it makes you feel like whatever else is happening is just happening. And yes, please, if you are someone who needs mammograms, please go. Please go. They're so quick. I was having my cycle, as in all I could tell was my boobs being sore. Um, and because of my hysterectomy, that's the only way I can tell. And they hurt really bad on Monday. And I was like, well, they should be transitioning here. And so there was only one that hurt when we were actually getting the mammogram, and it was tolerable. And she asked me a question. She goes, would you have rescheduled? And I think I would have. I think I told her at the time no, but then I'm like, you know what? I don't think it's worth being in pain about, but yeah. And especially since my cycle came early, again, I think to me, I can tell it's like one ovary or the other. So my one ovary, I don't know which one, is 28 days, and the other one is like 32, sometimes 35. They used to be like 45, but yeah. And then we found my son was sick this morning. It was like this really bad sore throat and cough, but no fever. So I don't know if he had a fever the day before and it was really short. Um, so he didn't have a fever either day he was sick. So we sent him back on Friday. We did COVID tests. You know, oh no, it's fine. Center Rose, please. I think I'm pronouncing that right, so let me know. You're fine. I knew you were going to be working and you were trying to tell what time it was. We're gonna be on here for until about 2 o'clock my time, so it's another 40 minutes. And I'm just chatting about last week. We already cleaned my markers. I just tried to have a slow start for anybody coming in. And I just, you know, yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything, about planning around chronic illness or anything, I can pop them up on the screen. If you don't mind, it will show your username. So just know, or you could put in there. I don't think I have this saving the replay comments. Um, because sometimes there's some privacy issues there. But if I pop it up on the screen, it will be part of everyone's replay. So if you ask a question and then say, don't put it on the screen, I won't. It's fine. But I love this software so far. I haven't used StreamYard before. I know people who have. I've been wanting to try it for so long. And this is my celebration of that. This is just I wanted to make it kind of a big deal. I thought this was fun. Again, I have the cheaper StreamYard. It's going to say it in the corner until I upgrade, and that will be at a future time. Let's see. So then I went to the GI appointment, which I alluded to, not going well. I did take a screenshot of his notes, so I will be making a complaint. If you're just tuning in, it was that he put the word "finally" into my notes, and that's not that's an opinion term and not a medical term. So he's going to get reported about that. But that's like his whole MO of like how he's dealt with me for like 18 months. Everything is just finally. Well, probably for the last year. I would say we kind of got started okay, but he just hasn't been very supportive, and it's just like it's hard. So by Friday, I was very much into my haircut coming up. Actually, I'll write cut here because it wasn't just like washing my hair. I went back to my stylist, who I absolutely love. I've shared her name with other friends of mine, and they love her too. So if you're in the North Seattle area, I would be happy, more than happy, to like share that. Some doctors are burnt out, but they don't take a break. Yeah, I really am trying to be in his shoes. I'm just like I'm not quite understanding like what on his end. It's just that it's been that constant form of communication. When I informed him like, "Hey, I am dealing with uterine cancer here. I'm dealing with a hysterectomy here." There was no acknowledgement whatsoever. When I went in here and talked to his check-in nurse, she was like, I mentioned that, and she's like, "Are you okay?" She looked straight at me. She's like, "Are you okay?" And like, I want some empathy. I don't want people to be like, "Oh, like that's not what I'm looking for." I want people to understand that I have two things going on and more, and they're going to have to coincide in a way that's not completely consistent. And I do think that when you don't have those biological parts, you can't relate very well. He just wasn't relating at all. Like it was again, I'm not looking for like, "Oh, that's so hard for you." No, it's like, what can we do? What can I do to support you as well as, while you go through that? So, yeah, I've sensed it for a long time that that's how he is. I very much also agree, Santa Rose, that the medical industry is burnt out. Like there's understaffing everywhere. Um, and I don't know his caseload. I don't know what he's going through. And I do try to think of that. But I also think he has it's a both and, right? He can be having it really hard every single time that we meet. And he also needs to provide a certain standard of care. Like, I don't need it to be like five-star hotel service, but I need him to look at things. And what happened actually the next day is I got a phone call from his office saying we're going to add an extra test because I'm going in for another colonoscopy, and he added the endoscopy, so they look down your throat and into your stomach, um, and I'm like, "Thank you." Like, at first, I'm like, "Whoa, we didn't even talk about that," but then I realized, no, he's doing his job, this is what I want him to do. He's thinking, like, even overnight, something might have popped into his head going, "Wait," because 'cause I'm having trouble absorbing iron, and my iron levels are just really low, even though I've seen improvements elsewhere. So, um, that's what I want from him to go, "Wait a minute, there could be something else going on. So let's look at that." And towards the end of our appointment, I was like, "Yeah, there's this and this and this and this." Um, and so I think that got his wheels turning a little bit. I don't think he's a horrible doctor. I don't. I do think, like, if he's treating others without uteruses, I think he probably is an excellent doctor for them. I think if he's treating people who don't have problems with their uterus, like, I think he can understand a lot of it and work with a lot of that. But yeah, it's it's just, I think there's just so much with um what I went through, and I am just so proud that I didn't let up on that and that I had that taken care of, that I don't care how many finalies he puts in my chart. Just really proud of that. So, if you're new here, I usually pull a card and, you know, it's to help me think a little differently because right now I'm a little in this ruminating mode of thinking about, oh, my doctor, and this to me, when I pick a card, and this is just an antique box I bought that happened to fit this deck. Um, this is the Future Ancestor deck. Highly, highly, I love it so much. By Lexa Luna Studio. So Alexa put this out. She is amazing. I use this deck to pick a card for every month. It has been so helpful. This is like my second year doing it. And I love how this deck feels. I love how simple it is. I love just like the words of comfort that come from it. And it can pull me out of ruminating. That is just something I do as an ADHD, neurodivergent person. I can ruminate. And I have to say, when I got back from my GI appointment, my husband made the funniest joke about that. And I just bust up laughing. And it just, it's exactly what I needed at that point, was just to go, this is absurd, and we can just laugh and move on. And it definitely pulled me out of my rumination. So I want to get the card on here so that I know kind of how to space everything else. The moon, that's beautiful. I love that. I don't know if I've ever picked this card. It's kind of rare. I've picked some other cards quite a bit, but let's see, the moon. Dance with your past and future ancestors. You are their wildest dreams. And that actually is like the point of why she made this whole deck. Um, it's it's amazing. And like she like scans in some of these leaves and then she draws around them like these are kind of scanned in. It's really cool. She's just amazing. Um oh, let's see. So, Santa Rose, do you mind if I put some of this up? I would love to put some of your comments up. Yeah, Whitney says, I love that. Yeah, if you guys are okay with me popping up things, I can read them aloud. So let's see. Oh, there we go. So let me pop this one up. So, inspired by you, I pull an oracle card for each new moon and full moon and create a prayer affirmation to use at that time. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, like taking those time at the full moons and the new moons. that's really what I kind of focus on. Um, and I just love that. That's really cool. Yeah. I'm so glad you do. And then it can just provide some peace and just some deeper knowing of yourself. And just kind of it makes you kind of aware of things, but then also you can interpret them how you want, right? Like it's there to kind of help you. Let's see. So the moon dance with I think it's a let's see. Past I was thinking of, I know the future was in there. Past and future ancestors. My short-term memory is not great. It's not great. I will forget things in a flash. So I'm going to put that card right there. And now we have some room to put some dots on the side from my newly cleaned markers. Now I still leave I don't go too deep in the cap. Sometimes I go and grab a, oh, what are they called? Q-tip. And I get like really down in there, but not today. I just wanted to refresh because I had been talking about it for so long. Oh, and then last week I forgot to I put presents and stuff here, which is cute, but it didn't leave me room for my little tracker. So I put it over here. But I wanted to put it back up here. And right now this feels kind of, let's see, what's on here? Is that this feels kind of toned down, but I also want kind of like calm holiday vibes right now. Yeah, and if you hear coughing in the background, that's my son just getting the stuff out of his system, unfortunately. Let's see. So if I start Saturday, Sunday, I go backwards here. And then I do some I try to make little footsteps they look like big exclamation points, but it works for me. Some Z's for rest, a little drop, and then do for meds. I just tried to draw a little pill with a line through it. Yeah. So I guess I had a little extra room there. Let's see. Yeah, let me know if you have any other questions about things. The way I plan is I really space out a lot of my things. Like if there's something going on here, like this week, my husband is going to have a dental surgery done. And so I need to kind of be there for him and possibly into here if he's just having some extra pain, that kind of thing. But let me draw the school hours here. And I will be this next week. I'm going to be releasing my health video, my health planner video. It has been going really well, and I'm really excited to kind of share that. I wanted to try it for this last week, and I had to like figure out some things, but I was like handwriting out so much that I actually had to change planners. And now I think it's absolutely gorgeous and color coded. It's so much fun. So I will be doing a just, a regular video for that. But I might do next week's Plan With Me live too, because then I don't have to edit it afterwards. That's the cool thing. It does. It takes a little while to edit, but I do everything pretty much in a single go. So it's not like Um, there's too much editing. It's just putting the music on the front, in the back. Let's see. I want to put some oranges on here. So like these little dried oranges, I think are so cute. Um, and especially near the green here. Put this on Saturday because my Saturday list is usually kind of short. Where did I put? Oh, I put that up a lot taller. I see what I did. Because, yeah, my lists are getting pretty long down here. I think I'll have just enough room. Just enough room. And the little gingerbreads up here. This kind of matches the gingerbread. And, of course, the little, let's see, the little trees here. Let's see. I need my tweezers, maybe. Get those ready. Let's see. We have a little less than half an hour to go. Oh, and this little tree is really cute. This will probably be the only time that I use this kit, even though I have some more. I've been saving it. See, now it's starting to come up a little more alive here. And then a little reindeer. Yeah, some of these are a little hard. So how's everyone's week gone? I just want to check in with you guys and see how you're doing. Have the holidays been hard for you? Has it been overwhelming? Like, how has it been? Because I would love to hear. It can be really hard this time of year. Dealing with family things, with expectations, it can be a lot to go through. Let's see. I do want to put just a little bit more orange on here because people are getting sick. My son, as an example, the orange is making this much better. And, we're just trying to get a lot more fluids, a lot more rest. And yeah, so these are supposed to be some candles down here. Yeah, let's see. Oh, the other big thing, well, I will kind of go over this, is last night I went through and cleaned my entire desk, which is why I kind of wanted to clean my markers too, was that I had just been putting it off and trying to cram things in the drawers, but we're going to see if we might do a holiday thing here. That's why I'm putting that guy there. And so I went through every single drawer and it feels just so much better. Santa Rose said, here, I'll put it up. I celebrate solo, so I keep it simple and focus on my spiritual practice and enjoying movies, parades, and light displays. Exactly. I'd love that. Sometimes I wish I could just do some solo stuff right now. Just like I do. Like last night, I was trying to keep it really kind of simple and just play some holiday music in the background and kind of be introspective a little bit. And yeah, it was just really nice. Whitney, we had a quiet Thanksgiving, but the lost hours of sunlight since the time change are hitting my mental health hard. Hoping to find my groove again here soon. Yes, I know. I think that's hitting people pretty hard this year. Or at least I feel people are being more vocal about it, which is actually a good thing to talk about. I just got some new tombos, so I'm just using this one to just kind of do some highlighting. Yeah, that's really hard. That's just hard. That's just hard. So I hope, you guys are being, giving yourself some time if you can, you know, take some time to just take care of yourself. Again, like I'm kind of forcing myself to go to bed early, to just take extra time. That's all I'm trying to do. Let's see. Let's put, yeah, I we've had some really rough years in the past 5 years, as a society. We've had and they're I mean, it's not like things weren't rough before that, but it's just a lot to have upon yourself and your loved ones. It's just a lot. Yeah. So, it is a yard waste week, so I will put that here. I don't expect our yard people to come, our lawn service. So, and then I put it up here. I only gave myself one line up here, but we will use it. And then we have here is when we check our last order there. And I think I just got that dirty again. It's that quick. It's that quick. I know they get dirty really quick, so that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, my son has his after school activities there. Trying to get some stuff out of the middle. I feel like I'm missing something though. Normally I put those. I think it's just because it's kind of a lighter week. Okay, we're going to go over, let's see. So we did those. I'm just kind of doing one after the other here. Yeah, so I went, so this is based off the Moxie Life system. And let's see, sorry, I'm just checking comments here. And so I'm going here, and I wrote these out beforehand because I knew we would be a little short on time. So I got my hair cut and I didn't do a podcast. It was really hard this last week. I think I had some wishful thinking, and that's okay. We can have wishful thinking. We can have like this like ideal, like, oh, I hope I can get that done. But sometimes it doesn't happen. I do want to return to those. It's just a lot of health stuff going on. I got my monthly reset up and the planner setups. So I have been moving into the new planners, and that's what I'm going to release, I believe, on Wednesdays. I don't remember if it's Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I think Wednesdays because that's kind of in between the Sundays that I normally do this. And more is coming about that. So yeah, you'll see the health one first, and then I think you'll see the main one. I'm trying to think. So yeah, next Wednesday will be the health one. And then all this medical stuff was done, which is good. And then the book fair, I need to today put a little money on like those little e-card things so my son can go and get a book. And so, as you know, I'm a nerd. So Magic the Gathering, I've been trying to do some drafting on there. I usually hop on once a day and play, but to do a draft, I have to kind of sit there. And I think after I'm done here, because I don't have to edit or anything, I'm going to go ahead and do some drafting and just chill, because that and clean the bathroom. That's the thing. Like, we did our sheets, we did our laundry. I cleaned up like a lot of places. The kitchen, we still need to do a deep clean, but my son needed a lot more help. with his homework this weekend. So, but the desk is done. The desk is done. I've been wanting to do that for a while, and the book fair I will get done. I was going to have a therapy, but since we had to move it to like late on Friday, I think she forgot or just wasn't available. So, excuse me. Then I will hopefully see her next week. I hope she's okay because usually she responds to my texts and she wasn't. But again, I think because she might have gotten them the next day, you don't have to be like on constant chat with your therapist. Kind of keep the boundaries there. So for my reflections here, to me, I put, as I said, evidence for a complaint. To me, I'm not celebrating his like making a complaint against my doctor. It's that I feel validated that it's not in my head, that I can actually show something tactile. So for me, like, I feel like I can describe a lot of things, then someone will go, well, that's not that bad. So it was nice to say, here, this is what I'm feeling. Obviously, it's going on here. I love my haircut. That was an absolute win. I love going to her every single time. And like last time, it's pretty long. My hair is really long. And at some point on these lives, I would love to have a camera pointed towards me. I have to figure that out because I usually only just have this one camera. And I do have my laptop camera, but it's the background behind me. I'm trying to figure out. So last time she like blow dried it out, which was really nice. And then this time she like my hair is really curly. So she let it curl and showed me how to do that, which takes some patience to like hand curl it kind of. So I'm just thrilled. Got through a hard week. A big win is like everything that's been shipping has been appearing. And so that's been like really nice. Oh yeah, Whitney, here is validation is so important. Definitely take that as a thank you. Thank you. That's the thing. Like I'm not rooting for him to fail. I'm not at all. Like maybe there were some others in my past where I was being pretty petty about that. But I just want him to see like all of me and to see others that way. And I think there's just a little like click that might happen in his brain of like, oh, wait, I've been a little judgmental about this again. Like he can change on his own terms or never change. That's out of my control. But I don't need to be treated that way. So, let's see what worked. One event a day. And then I was gassing up each of our cars and I was like, okay, which outings can I take one car and do it this time and then take the other one and do it this time? Because my husband really wasn't going out. He was focusing on some other things. And so I was the one going out and about. So it was nice to like see when I was logistically going to be in the area because I use points at the Kroger to get points off gas. And then when my son got sick, just trusting like that one morning we thought he was better, but he was just like, no, I just cannot go yet. I am not there. And then just trusting him going, okay, you're staying home for the second day. It's okay. And by that third day, yes, he was going back. Sometimes it can be kind of hard of like, maybe he just mentally doesn't want to be there. But just trusting in that. And he took a nap. Like this kid does not take naps. He's not a napper because just so aware of his surroundings. And so taking a nap, taking care of himself. Yeah. And it also worked to get the desk clean. And then I wiped it all down. I'm half considering like getting a new color here because I know the blue has been here for a long time. It's not quite my favorite color. I might get a neutral. I'm kind of thinking about a neutral here. I'm just using what I have. And it wasn't expensive. It just, I don't know. It's always been blue. But it's not my favorite. Sometimes it kinda clashes with things. But, yeah, because I sit kind of off to one side, so, yeah, my whole it extends equally on the other side, where I have my laptop and stuff. But, yeah, I've just been thinking about that. Let's see. So what didn't work? Son got sick. It's not that so thankful though. It wasn't too bad. Like we're still like on alert of like, you know, could it be something worse or not? But thank goodness. I didn't get to the kitchen. Well, I don't want to say I because it's a group project. We didn't get to the kitchen. And homework today has been a little bumpy. It's he was doing a lot of the easy things yesterday, and now he's like to get started today was a little hard for him. Let's see, lessons. Oh, so why does it say bring husband? I was half wondering if I should have brought my husband into my appointment to see because I knew I'd have to go in there kind of fighting for what I needed. Like I need a referral to this person. I need this test done. And if you're not going to do that test for me, I need you to document that you're denying that test. Like I was ready to go in there with that. Um, and I did. There was some things that I really had to insist on. Like I have at least one other family member who's been diagnosed with celiac. When I did my allergy blood tests, one was positive, one was negative. The negative one is a little bit more reliable, but with what I'm experiencing, it is best during the colonoscopy if they just take that test, just do it while I'm under because they're already in there. So I said, please, I need to like completely rule this out. So, and he did say yes. But I was just kind of wondering if my husband was sitting next to me, would he have talked the same way to me? I don't know. I'm just wondering. And then just what I'm kind of ruminating on is like having like a really just heart to heart with him of just saying like, I feel like you're frustrated with me. What is going on? Because I don't want there to be frustration between us. That's not the point. I want you to hear what I'm going through, but I also want you to listen. And I know we're a team about this. Um, ooh, Whitney, this is really good. My partner comes with me to the heart appointments because he knows I struggle standing up for myself sometimes. Most of the time, I just having him there helps me. I was really wondering about that. Yeah. You're kind of like boosting my thoughts about the next time if I have to meet him in person. I don't know if I will, because the next time is the colonoscopy, so it's just sitting by the bed, afterwards and talking. My husband will be out in the waiting room. Um, yeah, yeah. And then it said, then Whitney said, however, he isn't afraid to call them out when they're treating me badly or not listening to me. Yes, yes. And I wish it wouldn't matter if a woman is alone. We deserve respect all the time. Yes, yes, yes. And that's the thing. I could feel like there's just this disconnect because he can never understand what it's like to go through that operation. I mean, it was to remove my uterus, to remove my cervix, to check the lymph nodes, and I had pelvic reconstruction. Like it's multiple things. And guess what? It's right next to the organs he's dealing with. So you have to get used to like understanding what's going on there. That's my point. That's because they seriously affect one another. It's not it's not like the brain and the uterus. Like I understand like everything's connected, but okay. I'm trying to pull back from the rumination to kind of like pull back and go, you know what? I have a plan moving forward. I'm starting a side note of some complaints, and that's all I can do right now. And I'm not trying to prove him as this horrible person because he's not. I'm just like, there's a block or a hole that's missing in my care. That's where I'm at. Let's see. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, both of you. Like, I just I'm sorry, did I credit Whitney for the very last part? I don't think so. I sent a rose, like, yeah. Let me put that up one more time because that's like, I wish it wouldn't matter if a woman is alone. It would deserve respect all the time. So yeah. And we're all joining in, just saying, yep, yep, we're uh just dance for right now. Yeah. It's we're celebrating though. We really are. Like we've gone through some hard things, all of us. We've gone through some really hard things. And we're coming out the other side. That's just where we're at. Um so adjustments, let's see, trust gut literally is what I said there. Additional tests is going to be done. I'm just kind of like mulling that over because I've never had that done. And so it's a little nerve-wracking when you've never had something done. They also ordered a CT and an MRI with contrast, and I don't know how I feel about that because I've had some family members and some friends where the dye did not go well for them. So um Center Road, yeah, a little Taylor Swift "Shake It Off" helps me when I'm feel my thoughts are too shadowy. Yes. Yes. Um, yeah, I mean, that song really does help, doesn't it? So I also am kind of wondering here for my adjustments, I might be in care mode a little bit for my husband this week because he has stuff going on, and then just validating my feelings, feeling mad, feeling frustrated, feeling a little shocked in the moment, and then, like, mulling it over later. That's the thing that gets me. It's like, I can do these lives and kinda talk in the moment because I don't have someone next to me interrupting me. So, um, when it's, like, 2 bodies in a room, I just get flustered, and sometimes I just can't think straight. So, mulling it over, kind of getting more realistic view of things, but though I was also really happy about things and tired and really proud about people in my life too. So, um, we're gonna use these clean markers now to do my dots here and then wrap this up. So I'm gonna be playing with my hair this next week because it looks all fabulous now. Um, let's see. And using some new skin creams and things because whew, it's a lot during these months. This is the wrong color marker. Orange is having some fun. I really do want to do some drafts when I'm done here. And then holiday movies, music I've been doing, going and seeing lights or just lighting up things. I'm trying to kind of clean these up as I go because trying to keep them clean. It's futile. It's like I can try to like have them come straight off, but they always kind of like just touch the tip. So my son has therapy. We're working on clarifying some dates because it's like right around Christmas. I think I want to do a coffee with my husband, and then he needs some support on Tuesday. So that, and then now the red one, trying to get that podcast back up and going, and a health planner is coming, the plan with me, and then I have some Shopify and templates stuff. And moving right along, water, increasing fiber, which is for everyone. Yeah. Yeah. Meds increase. We're kind of like again, we have a plan forward. I have additional tests. I have some plans here, and then just more rest and sleep. Don't we all need it this time of year? I don't have that one. So I want to do some last donations before the end of the year, bills, and I need to get my December spreadsheet going. I haven't transferred that over yet. And I was wrapping up November for keeping track of everything. So donations, which I have quite a pile now. And I just want to see if there's anything else. There were some donations from cleaning out my desk and other stuff like that. So that is for this next week. And we'll go back here. Well, that's the week after. Yeah, I was thinking because I have, I thought this appointment here on the 14th was this next week, but it's not. So that is that. I feel like I'm missing some things. So going over those actions, I do try to write them here. So like kitchen, and then the December spreadsheet, and short-term memory. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just kind of using these back pages as like wherever. What else do I want to put here? Oh, I do want to do like that coffee. And then my husband's dental. I like to check it off to say, hey, we got it done. We're going past it. And then donate and donations are two different things. And the kitchen is on there. Donations. Oh, and then there's some bills because the month just turned over. So yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay, it's been an hour. Sorry, I just saw that clicked over. I just want to thank everyone for being here. This is extra special. I just want to say thank you guys for just chiming in to make this interactive. This is how I always pictured them all to be because I feel like I'm talking to people when I'm doing these. So I hit 500, but I'm also at 550 now. And I just need to take a moment to just be like, this is the progress I was working towards. I'm not aiming for certain numbers. I'm just enjoying this whole process and to interact with all of you. I love your comments. I love to just like talk about health things and how hard it can be and just how I can wrap my head around these things. I do have a lot of privileges in how I can take more time for things. I recognize that. And so some of the things that I can recommend may not work for you. But I just try to share my experience as a mom, as someone who's doing other work behind the scenes for my small business. It can be a lot. But there's kind of a reason why I started a small business is because I needed that flexibility because of all my health stuff. So thank you all for being here. I think everyone here is subscribed. I did set it so that if you're a subscriber, then you could comment. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I am going to really let this sink in a little bit and just celebrate. So find one thing that you can celebrate in your life. One thing. And I would love to do this again next week just because it was a blast. So take care, everyone. Go watch other lives or other things going on, and I will see you probably on Wednesday, which will not be live, but that will be pre-recorded. Maybe I'll see you next week. I'll let you guys know. Take care. Bye. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.